So you want to get into real estate, or at least you think you want to get into real estate. There are dozens of opportunities for people to enter all types of jobs in real estate. But for all intents and purposes today, I'm only going to talk about the differences between being a loan officer and being a realtor if you are trying to figure out where you fit in all of this. I'm starting to see a lot of loan officers get their license to be realtors, and I'm starting to see some realtors take the test to become a loan officer. Now, I can talk about that and tell you, my thoughts about that. If you want me to do a video about that, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to do that. Being a loan officer means that you are an employee. So that means that you get 401k benefits, health benefits, paid vacation days. You have an office space that somebody else pays for. You are an employee. Now, if you choose to be a realtor, that means that you have decided that you are going to be in business for yourself 100%. Yes, you may work for a firm or represent a firm. You are an agent of a firm. You are an agent of Coldwell Banker. You are an agent of Keller Williams. You are an agent of Remax. You don't own Remax or Keller Williams, but you own the business that you run. And so there is no insurance benefits. There is nobody that's gonna, pay for your 401k match or anything like that. And so the big difference for me, I don't want to run nobody company. A part of being a realtor and you being fully self-employed, that means that you have startup costs. So let's say that you just graduated from college, a year ago. You probably don't have a whole lot of money. You may not live at your mom's house anymore. You may be, off on your own. You have your own apartment. You acquired maybe a car payment. You're paying back your student loans. You might not have a whole lot of extra cash. Now, one thing about me that I probably should have shared at the beginning of this video, I remember when I purchased my home when I was about 22 or 23 years old. I enjoyed the process and I decided that I wanted to become licensed as a realtor, which, believe it or not, that happens a lot of times when we go through the home buying process with people. They'll decide that they want to try to be a loan officer, or they'll decide that they would like to try to be a realtor. Anyway, so I decided that I wanted to try to be a realtor. First of all, I took that test and I failed, I think 2 or 3 times. But don't worry about all that. That's not the point of the story. I did pass, but the point of the story is I was stunned by how much money it was going to cost me to start up. I needed money for signs. I needed money for desk fees. I needed money for literally everything. You pay for everything. You pay to become a part of the National Association for Realtors. You pay, all of these different fees and expenses and overhead. So I didn't have it, so I couldn't continue to pursue it. And so what you'll see sometimes is a lot of attrition, because people that, may have gone through the year and didn't sell a lot, when the year, when January comes, or whatever month it is, when they have to pay the renewal fees, they don't have the funds available, and so they just kind of drop off. So that's where you'll see a lot of the attrition, is the inability to continue to pay the fees that are required for that. Being a loan officer, there are some fees, but I don't pay to renew my licenses. My company pays to renew my licenses. So that's a huge difference there as well. Maybe being a realtor is for you. That is not what God called me to do. So I am a loan officer. So one, you are a wage earner, and the other one, you are fully self-employed. Now, everybody knows that they're both commission-based. These are sales jobs. The difference really is that realtors, they can buy leads, or they just gonna kill what they eat. Loan officers can work for a bank. where there's an endless supply of leads. They may be able to, buy their own leads if they're in a real retail space, but more often than not, you're gonna have a little bit more independence. If you are a realtor, you can't really rely on your company to help feed you. You are out there on your own. Now, both jobs do require you to be able to like people or at least tolerate people. Realtors' jobs seem a lot more fun than loan officers' jobs are. Realtors are more in the forefront. They get to attend the closings. But however, no, not with me. I'm coming too. Don't leave me out. I'm coming. I'm taking the pictures and I'm popping the bottles right along with you. You will not be leaving this loan officer out of none of the fun part. Being a realtor is a little more political, like more shaking hands, kissing babies kind of thing, networking thing. Loan officers is kind of take it or leave it. We can build our business from behind the desk of a bank where, like I said earlier, there are endless supply of leads. So you don't have to go out and try to create relationships to be able to feed yourself every month. If you are a realtor, you are absolutely going to be in a situation where you have to get in front of people on a regular basis. They are more flashy, I'll say. I've noticed that on social media, I really only see realtors. I don't see a lot of loan officers. And so I guess that's kind of the space that I'm in, my blue ocean, so to speak. There's just not a lot of loan officers that are giving out information and advice at a high level on Instagram or on YouTube or anything like that. So that is a very, very big difference. We are more behind the scenes desk people. I'm going to, go through your documents. Here's how much money you need. Head down, analytical problem solvers. So there's some personality differences between being a realtor and being a loan officer, but they cross-pollinate as well. You just have to be able to, like I said, interact like people, or at least pretend to like people. Because Lord knows some of these people will get on your nerves. So both realtor and loan officer jobs do allow you to select who you want to work with, which is a blessing. So as a loan officer, I get to choose my referral partners. I get to choose, if I don't like you as a realtor or as a person, I don't have to work with you, and vice versa. Believe it or not, people don't like me. Like, I can't believe that. Whatever, girl. Anyway, so other side of that, the other side of that is selecting your clients. Sometimes you may have a product request that you might not have a lot of experience with, and in that you might not want to give bad service. So you might just want to say, hey, I can do it, but I don't necessarily do it really well. Allow me the opportunity to connect you with someone that's going to be able to service you better. And connect them with somebody, refer it out. It's okay. But you don't have to take every person that comes across you. It could be somebody that just does not listen. We can fire you. As if you are watching and you are a home buyer, we can fire you. We can't not take your loan application, but we can take your loan application and slide it to find somebody else that's more aligned with your personality, or we could find somebody who is more aligned with your current state of your mental health. Kind of last but not least, the money part. So I've alluded to this earlier. Realtors get paid more per transaction, which that's debatable, and I actually do have a video that I will be publishing, so I'll have the link somewhere in here for that, to talk about that. But currently, as of this recording, realtors get paid more per transaction than loan officers do. Generally speaking, realtors get paid about 3% if you're on the buyer side, or 3% if you're on the seller side, because they split the 6% commission that's paid out by the seller. Or if you are a loan officer, you tend to get anywhere between 1 to 2% of the loan amount, not of the purchase price. Now, because loan officers get referrals from multiple sources, we tend to overall close more deals, and more often than not end up with a higher income at the end of the year even though we get paid less per transaction. In both circumstances, most of the time, if the deal does not close, nobody gets paid. However, if you choose to be a realtor, you do have some recourse. Your job is not to get the loan closed. That's my job. That's the loan officer's job. The realtor's job is to find and produce a ready, willing, and able buyer. If you get into a scenario where you have a client that's playing and messing with your time and they just suddenly decide that they want to back out, there are realtors that will go and get their commission from that person. Now, I have a whole separate story that I never talked about, but I'm dying to share the story. So if y'all want to hear the story about how somebody owed $20,000 and did not get a house, let me know in the comments and I'll gladly spill that tea. Okay, and one last thing is the economy. So both jobs are up and down, up and down. It rises and falls based on the state of the economy. So if you are a realtor, typically you're just only going to sell houses. And if nobody's buying houses, then you're not selling houses. Period. You get to either buy houses. You get to either help people buy houses or you get to help people list their house. That's it. There's no in between. It's one or the other. And if nobody's doing that because there's a lot of job loss, or people are out of jobs and they can't get loans to be able to sell that first house to get to the second house, realtors are going to be impacted. Loan officers, on the other hand, we have a little bit more latitude. Believe it or not, when the economy goes down, it is payday for us because people tend to want to refinance their houses. The rates tend to fall whenever the economy is bad. So we're about to go into a recession. Interest rates are going to come down. So not only am I going to be able to do purchase transactions, I will be able to do refinance transactions as well as cash out refinance transactions. Especially when people start to think of the idea of job loss coming, they may want to pull out the equity in their house, like on an equity line of credit, just to have some cash to set aside just in the event that they lose their job. Either way it goes, if you want to be in real estate, I'm telling you, it's no wrong answer. You can go down either path. You could try one. If you don't like it, you could jump in the other lane. Either way, it's a very well-paying, lucrative opportunity to touch the lives of people. It allows you the opportunity to really, really impact not just that person, but a generation of people. And I absolutely love what I do. I talk about it, I eat, sleep, and breathe it. And I'm sure that if you found a realtor, they will be able to say the same. This is not just a job for me. This is a lifestyle. This is a life commitment. And going through my journey now that I'm, almost 9 years in, I want to help as many loan officers as I possibly can, the same way with the same passion. I want to help as many homeowners as I can. So anyway, if y'all got questions about either side, let me know. All of my contact information will be below, and I will look forward to chatting with you guys next time. Y'all have a great